Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the price of Ethereum has seen yet another perfect bounce along the 21-week SMA. In just a moment, I'll be updating you guys on my next Ethereum price targets moving forward, my Ethereum strategy, and also a brand new pattern that is currently forming in the Ethereum charts. And if that sounds good to you, just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this one. I post these update videos every single day here on the channel, and it only takes a couple seconds out of your day to click that subscribe button down below, but I seriously do appreciate all of your support and it helps out the channel so much. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and yeah, as I was just discussing, we clearly saw not one but two more perfect bounces along this 21-week SMA. I've been mentioning this support level time and time again for pretty much over the last week or so, but for the new viewers on the channel, this support level is coming in at roughly around 2.8k. It's coming in at just below 2.8k now because obviously the 21-week SMA is a moving average, so it's moving over time. And then where Ethereum has been finding resistance over the past 1 week has been along the 50-day exponential moving average, which is currently coming in at just above 3.1k, so around 3,120. Jumping into the brand new pattern that is forming on the Ethereum chart, just zooming into the 2-hour time frame. As you can see here, we've just formed a W pattern on the chart, and we have already broken out to the upside. We're just actually confirming this breakout. So if I'm drawing out the neckline just here, you can clearly see once again we saw that double bottom pattern and we broke above the neckline. We didn't really see any major volume coming in, so keep that in mind. So that's a reason to be a little bit skeptical of the current price action. But right now, at the time of filming this video, we're currently in this retest phase. So if we can confirm a nice bounce here to the upside, then at that stage that could be perhaps a small signal to enter just a small long position. Now keep in mind this is only on the 2-hour time frame, so it's not very significant at all. If we're actually measuring out the technical price target for this pattern, that takes us up towards around 3.1k, which from the current price of Ethereum at the time from this video is only another 3% gain to the upside. So once again, nothing major, but just a small pattern that's forming on the 2-hour time frame that I thought I should point out, because obviously we're only just in the retest phase at the moment. And obviously that price target to the upside is coming in very close to this previous resistance line that we've been finding strong resistance along over the past 1 week. And just zooming back out to the 4-hour time frame, as I've been saying in a lot of my recent Ethereum videos as well, it's only when Ethereum either breaks the resistance or the support that we're going to see the next major move. Obviously, until Ethereum breaks one of those important levels, obviously we're still going to be trading sideways here, and that actually makes for a pretty decent trading range. For example, longing the supports just here and shorting the resistance so far over the past 10 days approximately has been a very profitable strategy. But just keep in mind that eventually one of these levels will have to break. It's only a matter of time, and the longer that we actually remain in this range, the more likely we're going to break one of those levels. And also, after my Ethereum video yesterday on the channel, the RSI on the 4-hour time frame has held this support line, which is great to see in the short term for Ethereum, because I'll just quickly recap right now what I was actually saying in yesterday's Ethereum video. For those of you that want a more detailed explanation on exactly what this is, definitely check out my Ethereum video that I posted yesterday on the channel. But yeah, just a quick summary of what I was saying is previously on the chart about 2 weeks ago approximately, we were in a nice uptrend in the 4-hourly RSI for Ethereum, and the moment we broke that uptrend, as you can see, we broke to the downside and actually came back up and confirmed it as resistance. So we got a confirmation of the break to the downside in the RSI just there. And the moment we actually saw that break to the downside in that uptrend in the RSI, if you're looking at the corresponding price action right there, that was a perfect sell signal. That was actually getting us ready for this next bearish price action before the bearish price action really began. And so right now we're in a very similar situation to where we were a couple weeks ago. Once again, we're still in a 4-hourly RSI uptrend. And then the moment we actually break this trend line, that could perhaps be a sell signal, a signal to perhaps enter a short position. Of course, that's not financial advice, but that's just giving you an insight of what my Ethereum strategy would be, because clearly if you entered a short position the last time we saw that signal, that was a very profitable trade. And also considering the fact that we're still in this downtrend just in the shorter term, and of course we're still forming this bear flag at the time of filming this video, and we've got a few different price targets all pointing towards this range just here, which is ranging from around 2,250 up towards around 2,350, give or take. So basically, if Ethereum breaks into a new lower low, if we break this immediate support line just here, which is once again just below 2.8k, if we start breaking that level, then I would expect Ethereum to come back down towards around 2.3k. But as I always say, those price targets are not confirmed while we're still above this support line, so keep that in mind. There's still a possibility that we could see a breakout to the upside here, and obviously that would be the first sign that we would need to confirm any sort of bullish price action moving forward because we're still forming lower highs on the Ethereum 4-hour chart. So of course, breaking above these previous highs would be amazing to see for the Ethereum bulls. Just quickly getting into some Fibonacci levels to pay attention to for some major resistance to the upside. If we do see a little bit more of a bounce here, of course, we have the 38.2% Fibonacci level coming in at just beneath 3.2K at around 3,185, which is also where we've been finding exact resistance. And anything above that, I'll be targeting towards around 3,500 US dollars because that's actually where the golden pocket is coming in at. So if the price of Ethereum does break above 3.2K into a new higher high on the 4-hour time frame, then we could catch this next move to the upside towards the golden pocket. And in that case, from the point of the breakout to that golden pocket, that is around a 10% move. So if you're on a 10x leverage, that's a 100% gain. You're doubling the money that you have in that trade. But as always, it's important to wait for a confirmed break of this significant level before entering any sort of trade. And that goes for both the resistance and the support. So those are the main things that I'm paying attention to right now for Ethereum in the shorter term. And that's basically my short-term Ethereum strategy moving forward, looking at those next potential trades just here. Now, in regards to my longer-term Ethereum strategy, just zooming out on the daily time frame for Ethereum, what we can see here is obviously a strong downtrend in the daily RSI for Ethereum. And of course, I've been letting you guys know about that pretty much ever since around the middle of August when we were trading sideways back here. And so this downtrend in the daily RSI was actually a leading indicator before we even saw the bearish price action in the price of Ethereum. And of course, this has brought Ethereum right into that 21-week simple moving average, which is a significant moving average to pay attention to. Not just because it's been providing support in the immediate short term, as I've previously mentioned, but zooming out further on the chart, we found a lot of confluence around this moving average. For example, back here during the beginning of July, we found huge amounts of resistance along this exact moving average. And back here in that crash during May, from Ethereum's all-time high, we basically fell straight into the 21-week simple moving average before finding a massive bounce along that level. Also, looking at the 2017 bull market, as you can see here, we actually found strong support multiple times throughout that 2017 bull market. And it wasn't until we started seeing strong breaks below this 21-week moving average and confirming it as resistance, that was when we started the 2018 bear market. And so essentially, if we're below the 21-week moving average, we are looking more bearish. And then obviously, if we're above this moving average, we're looking bullish. We're using it as support. And we're basically seeing the exact same thing right now. We only briefly dropped below it back during around July. But the fact that we're currently above it and actually using it as support at the time of filming this video, this is actually amazing to see on the bigger picture for Ethereum. And also paying attention to the RSI on the daily time frame for Ethereum. Of course, we were in that massive downtrend, but right now, over the past 1 week approximately, we've somewhat been trading sideways, as you can see, but I won't be really confident that we've bottomed out until we start seeing a bit more of an uptrend in the daily RSI. That is one of the main things that I'll look out for here. Because for example, back here, when we were making higher lows in the daily RSI, that was a strong sign that we were bottoming out in the price of Ethereum. So we're still yet to see that in the daily RSI, but if you're actually paying attention to where we've reached the recent bottom in the daily RSI, just putting a horizontal line at that level just there, if you're looking at these previous lows that we saw during May, June, and July 2021, and the corresponding lows in the daily RSI, they were all coming in at pretty much that exact horizontal level in the RSI, as you can see. And by the way, the value of that level was at around 34 on the daily RSI. And as you can see, that was pretty much the exact level that we've hit on this drop down towards the 21-week simple moving average. Even going further back in the charts, a lot of these pullbacks in the price of Ethereum have come back down towards this horizontal line just here. There's only been a select few times where we've dropped below it. And of course, that's when there's a lot more panic happening in the market. For example, the March 2020 capitulation. That was one of the most extreme crashes that we've seen in both Bitcoin and Ethereum's entire history. As you can see here, during the worst part of that crash back in March 2020, we actually crashed around 54% to the downside in one single day. That is right. If you're holding Ethereum before that crash, just 1 day later, the value of your Ethereum holdings was cut in half. And so at that stage, obviously the daily RSI dropped into oversold areas because we don't see crashes like that very often. And also back at like the bottom of the 2018 bear market, we reached these oversold areas in the daily RSI as well. So as I just mentioned, it's not too often that we actually see oversold areas on the daily RSI. That is a pretty rare buying opportunity. opportunity. But the next rarest buying opportunity is buying along this horizontal line just here, where we've recently reached a lot of market bottoms. So obviously I'm not right now saying that this is the bottom because, as I mentioned earlier, I do not become confident that this is the bottom until we see a bit more of an uptrend in the daily RSI. So technically speaking, there is a little bit more room to the downside here. And by the way, we don't actually break below the 21-week moving average unless we see a weekly candle close below the level. So we can actually see a wick down below the 21-week simple moving average. And for as long as Ethereum comes back up above that moving average before the end of the week, we're still looking good. But with that being said, we're definitely approaching a bottom. If this is not the bottom, we're getting very close to a bottom according to the RSI and a lot of other indicators as well. So when combining that Ethereum knowledge right now and the current market structure, that results in my longer term Ethereum strategy being very bullish on Ethereum in the much longer term. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm dollar cost averaging into the current prices of Ethereum at the time of filming this video. And in fact, I've slightly increased my dollar cost averaging into Ethereum just recently compared to back here, for example, due to the fact that the crypto fear and greed index, for example, is sitting in extreme fear. And if we do go any lower, then I'll just continue to dollar cost average into Ethereum and hold that for the longer term, because in the long term, there's always going to be bullish price action, just like how there's always going to be bearish price action. So all of this is temporary. And of course, if you're holding for the longer term, as in years from now, none of this should really matter to you. In fact, for the long-term holders out there, this should be mainly considered a buying opportunity. And if you want to get extra real-time updates throughout the day, make sure you're following me over on my Twitter. The link to my Twitter is in the description down below to stay up to date in the markets at all times. And if you enjoyed the video or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more videos just like this one. I honestly do appreciate all of your support in the channel at the moment. This channel is growing like crazy thanks to you guys, and we are actually on track to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, especially with all of you helping out with sharing these videos around with your friends, considering the fact that right now we are in an amazing opportunity. So seriously, there's never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, and there's never been a better time to stay active in these markets. But with all that being said, that's really everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.